So I got to Grandmaster in Marvel Rivals in just 12 days of playing. It was under 30 hours of competitive gameplay, which you can see I've played a little more since then. But I want to talk about how I did it. And the first thing you may be thinking is, well, this guy was probably, some OG Overwatch player, or maybe he just no-lifed the game. And that's the thing. I wasn't really either of those things. And I feel like I'm kind of just a normal guy. And so that might help you have some perspective on how you can rank up in your games. So first of all, I want to talk about Overwatch. I did play Overwatch, and I liked Overwatch. But I wasn't some crazy Overwatch person. I didn't actually start playing until Overwatch 2. I only played Overwatch for maybe the past year and a half, 2 years max. And I was decent, but I started out very bad. I started out, I'm pretty sure at bronze, and sort of got better over time, and I would just play for fun, casually. I wasn't streaming or doing it all the time. I have a full-time job, and I have a full-time job in hitting Grandmaster. I also didn't play the beta of Marvel Rivals. I did apply to get in. I was kind of interested. And they said I got in, but then it didn't work for some reason, so I just didn't play it. So this was really from scratch getting to Grandmaster. And I want to tell you some of the things that I learned. And first of all, I think one really important factor when you're looking to rank up, especially when you want to hit a higher rank and be ranked above most players, then one thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to think very carefully about what heroes you play. So, you see my statistics here, you can see I almost exclusively did this on Mantis. And I tried a bunch of heroes when the game first came out. I was probably like you, overwhelmed at how many heroes there were when the game first came out, and I didn't know who to play. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to play everybody, so I just started trying some stuff. And what I realized pretty quickly was that duelists were always taken. Everybody wanted to be a duelist. And the thing is, if you have 6 duelists, you're not going to do very well. You need people to fill in that tank role. You need people to be able to give heals and supports like the specialists do. So one thing I would advise, if for some reason you really want to rank up, don't get good at duelist. You can save duelist for later. Play either a tank or a specialist. Now, I realized this pretty quickly, and so I started, trying out some tanks and trying out some specialists. I ended up really falling in love with Mantis because it just fit my playstyle, and so then I stopped. I haven't really played a lot of Adam. You can see 14 minutes here. I haven't played a lot of Loki because I just really like Mantis, and I also really like Luna. So once you find a hero that you just kind of vibe with and that sort of fits the way you like to play, I would say just go all in on that hero and become really good at them. And people will call you a one-trick and stuff like this, but I feel like you need a baseline to be able to understand how the game works, to learn things like positioning and stuff like this. And then from there, you can start to expand your repertoire as you get good at a hero. So that being said, it is good to have a secondary hero you can fall back upon that has a playstyle that's kind of similar to your main hero. For me, that's Luna Snow for Mantis. They both sort of shoot things and heal, and that just works for me. This is important because sometimes you're just going to have someone who takes your character. Also, once you get into diamond lobbies, there's actually a ban feature, and it's possible that your character might get banned from being used in that match. And so you would need a secondary hero in that case. But most people are not going to run into that issue, so I wouldn't worry too much about the ban mechanics. So basically, I would say try some specialists, try some tanks, and see who you're feeling good with. And then really try and get good at that character. So how much did I play to hit Grandmaster while having a full-time job? I probably played a couple hours a day. Like I said, this was around 30 hours in 12 days, 2 weeks. So, I wasn't no-lifing this game. I was just playing a couple hours a week. And I'll give you a couple of my biggest tips that you can use to rank up. And I'm sure I'll make many videos, especially on how can you carry as a specialist? How can you just play the game better? But specifically, I want to talk about mentality because I feel like so much of getting better in a game like this or a game like Overwatch or really any competitive sort of shooter type game is your mentality. Now, a lot of people go in and they will blame their team. It's really easy if you've done well in the past and then you have a bad game to be like, I know I can play well. My team is struggling. But that mentality doesn't help you improve because you always have an excuse of why you're not getting better. Instead, however the team plays, even if there's somebody who's throwing on your team and they're objectively bad, you can always look at your game plan and say, okay, am I happy with how I played? Is there something I could have done better? Is there a situation where I was frustrated with, like, oh, maybe I overextended there. Maybe I did something wrong. And that will help you tilt less, because if you're always blaming other people, then things aren't in your control. But the fact of the matter is, if you want to rank up, you have to get better. And so even if other people aren't playing well, you can always improve your gameplay and do better. And that's really how you rank up. And that's a hard thing to do, but it's an essential mindset shift if you really want to get better at the game. The other thing I'd say is turn off voice chat, turn off team chat if it's tilting you. Like, it really doesn't matter. It's not helpful. I turned off voice chat in almost every game I played because I know that it's kind of helpful sometimes, but it's way more hurtful way more often because people start fighting when things start going bad, the vibes get shot. I just don't want to have that downer. So I turned off voice chat. It's pretty controversial, but I think it's totally fine. If you want to do that, just focus on your gameplay. I think it's a great thing to do. So those are a couple quick tips. Like I said, I'll make more videos. I'll also be streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/Whimsic. So come check it out if you want. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.